them to flourish to this point.
They don't. Good. How did they do that?
Because the media, not only do they control the information that Americans consume, but they also set the social trends that Americans follow.
Okay, but hold on a second. Stick with the media. How do they serve their own interests? Okay, they order between the week. They control almost all the stations on radio, TV. You could argue that they control all the newspapers. What do they do that actually keeps workers and other people from having true consciousness?
They filter information.
Okay, they filter it. What is not included in the news typically? What is, if you turn on any TV station, now I haven't been in the States for 6 months, but to watch news, but I think this is still true. If you turn on the news, what's the first item of business?
Yeah, so I've been sort of pleasantly surprised with how this whole Skype class has gone so far. I mean, it was a little, I was a little nervous at the beginning, wondering how it was going to work over the connection and everything like that. But it's actually been really, really easy to communicate and have a dialogue going between the two classes. It's a little funny having a disembodied head on the computer screen, but I think it's worked surprisingly well. I feel like it's, everyone feels really comfortable in the class. And we can all get our points in, and it works very well. And also, I love the Google Docs interface we have with Ms. Forsyth, because I can just type something up and then share it with her, and then she can comment on it right away. And I actually prefer that to handing in hard copies anyway. It saves paper, and it's easier to sort of organize. So yeah, I've really loved the whole experience.
I have to say that I really enjoy this version of AP Euro. It's a new experience for me, and I think for Polly also, to have a class being taught 3,000 miles away. It's sort of fun to have a teacher who's experiencing sort of European culture while teaching European culture. It's also it's different. It's when she comes to town, because Miss Forsyth, she comes about once every 6 weeks. It's strange to see her in the flesh. And we give her hugs and everything, and we actually have like a real class. But in terms of classroom environment, I wouldn't say that too much has changed. We are talking to a screen, but I think we're still learning as much as we would in a classroom. Maybe even more, because we can share documents, we can share screens via Skype to see either PowerPoint presentations or documents that she has on her desktop pretty easily, and it makes for an interesting experience and sort of a fun way to learn. I appreciate having this experience, so I guess thanks, Polly. So yeah, thanks.
I really like the Euro class. I think it's really cool that we're studying European history while our teacher is actually in Europe and gets to see all the cool things. And then we're going to Europe over spring break to learn with her in the environment.
Yeah, I think it's really good that we get to go to Europe at the end of the trip, which is what we've been studying the whole time. We get to see it ourselves. And I think that the class, as AP coaches are supposed to prepare you for college, I think this class does a really good job of doing that, because the teacher's not right there with you. She's over Skype. So a lot of the responsibility is placed on you. So you kind of learn the boundaries of your learning, and you learn how to manage your time.
Right, it's more like a college class where it's more like a discussion every day in class, and you have to do the reading on your own, and there's someone to be there to tell you, do it. Just do it.
There's also in the classes that you think about and say, wow, I'm really proud of myself, because I know that I've put in a lot of work to get that grade that I saw.
Yeah.